Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Krikorian with Rebecca Rose here on the Red Fox Daily. We're coming off a really exciting Marist Athletics sports weekend, but Rebecca Hand stole the show. In her victory over Elon, she scored 22 points and eclipsed a major scoring mark in Red Fox history. We have all the highlights coming up next, and then Mike Cahill sits down with Rebecca for an interview.
Marist trailed by as much as 10 in the first quarter, but the Red Foxes scored the final 11 points of the first half and took the lead going into the locker room. Although Marist got off to a slow start, they slowly gained momentum and started to build back points. At the end of the first half, they had a 35-23 lead. The Red Foxes shot 46% and 50% in the second and third quarter, respectively. Phoenix made it a 3-point game in the last minute. However, due to a string of fouls, Marist went 8 for 8 from the free throw line in the last 30 seconds. The final score was 55 Elon, 63 Marist. Alana Gilmer posted 9 points and had a team-high 6 rebounds. Marist senior Grace Vanderweide scored in double figures with 12 points. Rebecca Hand led all scorers with 22 points and became the third player in program history to eclipse the 1,500-point milestone in the contest.
Thanks, Paige. I'm here with Rebecca Hand, Marist women's basketball shooting guard. So, Rebecca, you scored 22 points against Elon, and you've been in double figures every game this season. What's been working for you?
I just think going into every game ready to take on the role of that game. So, I mean, every game's different, and my teammates do a lot to get me open, pass me the ball. So, I mean, it's just a team effort, so I wouldn't totally take credit for everything.
And in that game, you scored your 1,500th career point. You're now in third place on the all-time list. What do those milestones mean to you?
They mean a lot. I think it's a really special time for me, and just being with the team for 4 years. I mean, it's just I'm really grateful.
Prior to your junior season, you were named the captain, and this will be your second year as a captain. How has that changed your role on the team?
Being named captain, I don't think it's changed my role that much, seeing last year I was a captain too, but I learned a lot from last year being captain, so I think just taking what I learned last year and applying it to the team this year.
And this is your fourth year being coached by Brian Georges. How has he helped you develop as a player on the court and as a person off the court?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really great coach, as we all know, and I think the main thing that has helped me is his support and encouragement. If I have a bad shooting day, he always has confidence in me that I'll get it done next time.
And this weekend, you guys host Princeton. What are you guys working on this week to prepare for them?
Princeton is a really good team. We've kind of been working on a little bit of everything, specifically defense, to try to stop their pretty good post player. But other than that, just our defensive intensity, seeing and improving it from last game.
Thanks for your time, Becca. I'm Mike. Let's go back to Natalie in the studio.
Thanks, Mike. Wow. I would not want to play against Rebecca. She's got one heck of a hand. In other news, Marist men's soccer played in the quarterfinals this past weekend against Manhattan in a victorious match, again with a score of 2-1. Now they're on the road again to play number 1 St. Peter's, and take a look at the highlights from this past game.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Tenney Stadium as Marist College hosts Manhattan College in the MAC quarterfinals. Marist goalie Sam Illen had an incredible save in the 54th minute. In the 56th minute, Marist Alan Galvinez was able to give his team the lead with a goal to the top left corner. Marist has scored again with the goal from Justin Jamie. The goal was assisted by Alan Galvinez, who now holds the program record for assists. Manhattan has finally answered with a goal from Brandon Joseph Budai. And now we have live footage of the dirty play by Manhattan from the Red Fox Network.
A fight is erupting into the field. Both teams, punches are thrown. Physical, Villano is into the field. Jaime is thrown into the field. The whole team of Manhattan throws in. Gavilanes is still down. Gavilanes got thrown. It was an all or nothing, otherwise Gavilanes would have scored that goal without a goalkeeper.
In a rare turn of events, 4 red cards were distributed to both teams. In the last week of regular season play, Skylar Conway was named MAC Offensive Player of the Week, and Sam Illen was named MAC Goalkeeper of the Year.
As for Marist women's soccer, they had a heartbreaking loss to Quinnipiac in the MAC quarterfinal. We have the recap, and then Paige sitting down with Coach Howard to discuss the season.
We have Marist taking on Quinnipiac in the MAC quarterfinals. Victoria Colatosi got the party started early, finding the net on this beautiful shot to put the Red Foxes up 1. The Red Foxes kept attacking and pressuring the net, but were only able to get 1 corner the whole game. Marist goalkeeper Natalie Keltner was dominant in net, with 8 total saves, and helped keep the Bobcats shut down. With the pressure intensifying, both sides became aggressive. Rosie Weaver was assessed a yellow card for this trip in the box. And then Jillian Colucci was carded for this aggressive tackle along the sideline. Quinnipiac ended with 13 fouls to Marist 10. But the aggressive play couldn't stop Victoria Colatosi. She would find the back of the net again and put the Red Foxes up 2-0 halfway through the second. But then Quinnipiac found their groove. Selena Salas knocked one to the back of the net only 15 seconds after Colatosi's goal. And just 5 minutes later, it was Salas again, coming up big to tie the game at 2. After playing back and forth, with 5 minutes left, the hearts of the Red Foxes broke. Gretchen Cron would put the Bobcats up for good, 3-2, and despite a last-ditch effort from none other than Victoria Colatosi, Marist couldn't recover and would end their season. To end the season, Bianca Fursi was named MAC Second Team Defense, while Nicole Sasso was named MAC Second Team Midfield. Your team finished 8-10-1 overall and was able to advance to the quarters of the MAC tournament. Ultimately, you fell to Quinnipiac when they scored in the last 5 minutes of the game. What were some of the key takeaways from that game?
I think from that game, we proved a number of things. One, that we could compete against a high-level opponent in Quinnipiac, who, coming into the year, was slated to be number 2 in the conference, and obviously results throughout the year didn't come to fruition for them, but being able to compete with them for 90 minutes, being able to get 2 goals on them with a relatively young team, we proved some things, but then we also showed that we still have some room to grow, and we still have to work on piecing together how to come out with 90 minutes against such a strong opponent in a positive way.
And you mentioned that you have a young team, but you also graduated a few key seniors. Mm-hmm. So how do you see next season those younger players stepping up into more bigger roles and improving your team for next season?
Yeah, we did graduate. We graduate 4 players, 2 of which have been 4-year starters, and 2 center backs who have done a tremendous job kind of holding everything down for us on the back line and organizing everything throughout the field of play. I think that we did a really good job of getting underclassmen some integral minutes throughout the course of the season. Obviously, our attacking group is very young, with our leading scorers only being sophomores, and our whole front line being a compilation of sophomores and freshmen. So I think that with them being a little bit more experienced, as well as hopefully some players through the spring season being able to develop and slide into those holes that we have to fill, we should be in good shape.
So Marist had a little claim to fame this weekend when quarterback Alston Day made an incredible hurdle in their game and landed himself on the SportsCenter top 10 at number 8.
Check out the game footage.
Want to go quickly. Day in the pistol. Cobb behind. Takes the high snap. Wants to throw. He's got all day to fire. Nothing's open. Wants to run it. He's got to make a man miss, and he does. He makes glowing as he hurdles a man to the 50. And he's into Jacksonville territory at the 45-yard line. An electric play by Alston Day. Wow.
And that's all the time we have this week. I'm Paige Krikorian.
I'm Rebecca Rose.
And I'm Natalie Garcia.
And on behalf of our entire production crew, Mike Cahill, Chris Rivieso, we want to say thank you for tuning in this week and catch us next week. Let's go Red Foxes!
Woo!